Hey, thank you for taking the time out to view this channel. My name is Jasper with iNet Enterprises, host and CEO of the iNet Enterprises Tech Talk Show. Last time we were talking about the basics of Google Sheets, just understanding the basic principles, the one-on-one essence of it, really beginner friendly. And today we'd like to continue on and talk about modifying and formatting cells in Google Sheets. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, cool. So right off the bat, we have some random information here. This is a fictitious company. It's tailored for you communication. And as you can see, it looks a little weird, but don't worry, we're going to get that situated for you so you could see the ending results. So as you're seeing here, we have a bunch of different members. If they attended last week's meeting, let's make that a little bit more formal looking meeting. We have the random task, we have the earnings. Okay, cool. Now I want to bring this together, and if you may or may not know, with Google Sheets, everything is comprised of cells, data, and formulas. Of course, formulas is going to be something that we're going to talk about later on in our future videos. But let's focus on just getting the aspect of this with cell modification. So right now we have the header. I want to make it more in the center while at the same time editing information in the cells. So how do we do that? What we're going to do is we're going to highlight the cells that we want to cover and what we want to bring to the middle. There's this option right here in the toolbar that's called merge cells. We're going to simply hit that and bring that more so in the middle. Easy, right? Perfect. Now I want to get this a little bit more structured. I want to get some colors in here just to give it an easier look. And to do that, simply we are just going to use our highlight filter feature over here. And we're going to choose a couple of colors. So right now I'm going to make the top part dark. I'm going to put this one, I'm going to do them in layers to have that kind of good color palette. Let's see, I'm going to do cornflower blue. And I'm going to highlight this section and do it as, I guess that's the same thing, isn't it? Let's try and make you darker then. But we don't want it to be all weird. And then I'll make you really dark, like this. Boom. Perfect. So we're going to highlight this, of course. Like I said, color dynamics, I'm going to make it as white. Perfect. Right? Now let's say, for example, I don't know, we accidentally added a cell here and it was a different color, it just doesn't match. Of course, it meant, aside from it messing up the feng shui of the shells and the spreadsheets and the tables, we can easily highlight the column, or the row rather, and simply right click and hit delete row. And before I continue on, I want to do a quick little side note. I love to do my videos unedited, uncut. I really want you all to see the authenticity of these videos, and just the passion in general of how the videos were presented. But that was a quick tangent. Let's get back into it. So let's say, for example, Thomas no longer works for the Tailored For You and you really didn't know how to present it. What you can do is simply highlight Thomas, right click. Of course you can delete it, but if you want to really make it, give it a extra style to it, you could highlight Thomas, right? You go to, where is it? You go to, oh, there it is. So you go to strike through. As you can see, strike through kind of like omits that individual from the roster. And of course, that's not what we want. It's funny because strike through used to be also in here as well, but we're not going to get into that. So, also there's the option of creating new rows. So I'm going to do one above with the option to input any information on here. So I'm going to just do any one. So Also, you know, since I don't really care for that, but that was just an example, I could, just as the same way I can add it, the same way I could delete it. Right click on the row, simply hit delete row, and keep on moving. Now, one thing that I noticed with this form, everything looks good, of course, but the earnings. As you can see, the earnings, it's showing the numeric value, I get it, but I wanted to show more of a monetary value, just for that visual appeal. And of course, the easiest way is to simply double click on the cell and type in the amount that you want to reference. You can easily click on it once here and then go into the text box up here. And you know what, just for highlighting purposes, I'm going to just make this white. I want to change everything back to how it was, just to get that feel, you know, so you could see everything, because I know the blue is very close. This was just an idea, of course. And then I am going to reset the colors right here. All right, cool. So now we're back to white, you know, basic blah blah blah. We'll edit it later, of course, if need be. But we have the earnings showing as regular numeric value, and like I said, instead of just doing those with the dollar sign, manually typing it in, we can highlight the cell and go right here to format as currency, and then boom, there you go. Cool, right? So of course, tailored communications, like the same font as this, we can easily add the font to be a little bigger. Oh, it's a little bit better. You know, we can make it italicized if we wanted to, which I wouldn't want to. Probably could make the section italicized just to give that presentation feel. I'm not sure. I'm not feeling it. Of course, you can hit undo, which you have the toolbar section to it. We could add borders. So with borders, it's a little bit different. You go here, hit borders, and you can choose it to cover everything or just one half of it. Me personally, I like all borders. I like to see all spread out like this. Now this is very similar to the Google Docs tables insertion. So let's say, of course, this could get edited a little bit more. Let's work on the alignment of our texts. I'm going to highlight this, and I think I'm going to go more with a vertical alignment to raise it up more to the middle. Perfect. I want to move this to the center. Perfect. And as you can see, all of a sudden now, everything starts to look a lot better. Same thing with up here. I am going to make this in the middle. Perfect. And move through that right there. Perfect. And all of a sudden, it looks great. With another great thing about the borders features is I'm going to highlight this and edit this border, right? But I can actually make it a lot thicker as well. Let's see. There you go. Boom. So it could stand out above the others, right? It's pretty cool, pretty interesting. Let's see. What else I would love to talk to you about today? Oh, also, let's say, for example, you have, I don't know, this is just a figure, you know. I'm going to highlight this whole thing, go all the way down here. And let's say all of this was data. And it's so much to keep track of. As you're scrolling, you might lose, you know, what column was B. You know, for example, was B task, was C. You know, you might get confused of what the column, and you have to scroll back up. You might get confused, like, oh, was this members? Oh, was this... You know, what was this column? What was this column? This is where the freeze pane option goes. So as you see here, I'm going to highlight the two because I want to freeze the top portion. That way we have an idea of, okay, what column was this again as we're scrolling down this long list of data and information. So I'm going to go there, go to view. I'm going to hit freeze. I'm going to hit freeze 2 rows. And what you're going to see is when I'm scrolling, the column is staying in one. The columns that are highlighted are staying frozen. That way you'll remember which column last where, which is perfect, which is cool. And with that being said, this is all I got for you guys today. I hope you really enjoyed the modification of cells, the formatting of cells. And if you ever wanted to reach out, all the information is located in the description below. Contacting, showing you on a one-to-one level, You name it, all the contact information, related information is in the show description below. And with that being said, definitely thank you all for tuning in to the channel. Be sure to look forward to future episodes. Our next episode we're going to do is multiple sheets, working with multiple sheets in Google Sheets. And if you haven't had the chance, be sure to take a look at our playlist of other softwares and other tech resources that you may or may not have been aware of or may need help in navigating with. And with that being said, my name is Jasper, host and CEO of the iNet Enterprise Tech Talk Show, and we are signing off. Thank you all again. Stay tuned, stay blessed. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Until then, see you next time.